Hi, I'm Russell with SP, and this is the new bolt kit for the Shocker RSX. Today, we're going to be taking a look at its individual components and features, as well as looking at some basic lubrication. First of all, let's take a look at the bolt tip itself. As you can see here, it's got a nice compound curved angle, and what that does is it prevents clipping. Clipping is when a ball that is too small sneaks into the chamber with another one, or if your force feed loader is forcing that second ball into the chamber. This compound curve is actually going to guide that second ball in the stack back up into the feed tube and prevent damage to that ball. Next thing you'll notice is this O-ring here on the forward part of the bolt. That does two major things. It seals the chamber when the bolt is firing, and it also acts as a secondary seal here at its resting position. As we unscrew the bolt kit, you can see that we use all high quality urethane O-rings for all the sealing surfaces, both on the inside and the outside of the bolt kit. This Bunna O-ring up here isn't actually a sealing surface. What it is it acts as a bumper when the bolt kit seats inside the inside of the body and acts to dampen the bolt kit itself on the inside. Now the bolt itself, which is the only moving part inside this system, has two dampeners built into it. The first one here ahead of the bolt sail, and the second, ingeniously, is located here in the back cap. Inside the back cap, you can see this small, soft bumper that acts to dampen the bolt in its rearward stroke. So at no point is this bolt going to contact metal in its forward stroke or its rear stroke, in addition to its resting state. Back here we also have the main spring, which doesn't have anything to do with driving the bolt. It's simply for the latch, a tension collar, and then the engagement ring itself, which is held into place with a circlip. Now this engagement ring here is actually stainless steel, so you have a very long wearing piece here. The other part of the latch is fiber impregnated Delrin, so if you do need to replace a part, you're going to replace that Delrin part and not this stainless latch in here, which is going to be cost savings over the life of the marker. To reassemble this back cap, we're just going to put our tension ring in, our spring in, and then the back cap itself. Once it's all back together, let's take a look at the firing chamber. As you can see here, very, very large firing chamber. That means we're going to have excellent recharge rate, even at higher rates of fire. We've gone ahead and actually made the front part of this can removable, which makes cleaning inside the can very easy, as well as replacing the O-ring there if need be. As we mentioned before, the bolt kit is incredibly lightweight. The bolt itself is milled extensively, both on the outside as well as internally. That's actually the reason the bolt kit's in two different pieces here. In order to get the maximum weight savings and volume, we machined the bolt in two pieces and then joined it in post. So you have a very lightweight, very high flow bolt inside this bolt system. Lubrication is very straightforward. First of all, it's most important that you use factory lube. If there's something better out there, we would pack it with the gun. We've tried everything. This is the best stuff. To start, you're going to lube this O-ring here inside the opening of the firing can. Just a very small amount of lubricant. Set that aside. Next, we'll put a small amount of lubricant here on the bolt tail. And then whatever's left on your finger, go ahead and put up here on this landing. And that's actually going to help lubricate the O-ring that we first greased up. So once that's together, just kind of work it back and forth and wipe off any excess that comes. Then just take a small amount, again just enough to fill the grooves on either side of the O-ring here of this main bolt sail. Again, we're just filling in just enough to fill in the gaps on either side of the O-ring. Then with whatever again is on your finger, just wipe on the bolt tip. Inside the front of the firing can here, I'm going to reach in and lubricate our front O-ring. Now, the lube we put on here is going to help lubricate this. So again, very light on the lubricant. To screw it all together, you want to make sure that the two major pieces are together and snug, and that you haven't knocked off this black bumper O-ring. Now, the reason I bring that up is because if it's not snug together, or if you've forgotten this O-ring, the bolt kit will not latch. It's kind of like a safety mechanism to make sure you put your bolt kit together correctly. So that's the Shocker RSX bolt kit, and we'll be covering some other features in other videos. For more information, go to shockerpaintball.com or contact your local retailer.